Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Kyutama Cockpit Z02 from Uchu Sentai Kyu Ranger. This is the second pit of Kyutama Cockpits and mini Kyu Rangers that can be used with the Kyu Voyagers, Kyu Reno, or Ryu Teo. Like with the last set, this set includes 5 Kyutama Cockpits and 5 mini Kyu Rangers. So, let's get started. Starting off, we'll look at the individual Kyutama Cockpits, and since the first set included the cockpits for the odd-numbered Rangers, in this set includes the cockpit for the even-numbered Rangers. So first we have the Ryu Kyutama Cockpit. This one's obviously clear purple, and, as like before, these all have a blank sticker on the front with no number. You've got the cockpit in there. Going on to the back, you can open up the hatch. You can see the cockpit inside, and Ryu Commander's symbol up top. And, once again, they also use the same kind of clear plastic for the little dome up here on the bottom plate, and once again it is a generic sound in the SEIZA blaster, so I'll only demonstrate one of these. Next we have the Sasori Kyutama Cockpit. This one's obviously clear orange. We can flip it around, open it up, and we have Sasori Orange's symbol. Next is the Tenbin Kyutama Cockpit. Obviously this one is a clear gold. Flip it around, open it up, and we have Tenbin Gold symbol. Next is the Hebitsukai Kyutama Cockpit, clear silver or clear gray. Open it up, and here we have Hebitsukai silver symbol. And last but not least is the Washi Kyutama Cockpit. So this one's absolutely clear pink. We'll flip it around, open up, and of course we have Washi pink symbol right there. Next we'll look at the 5 included mini Kyu Ranger figures, and once again, because these are so tiny, I really have to zoom in the camera so you can see them up close. First, we've got Ryu Commander. You can see here. He has his well-molded helmet, his unique body, his shoulder pads of course, and paying attention to detail, they didn't mold on a SEIZA blaster. Though what does make him unique is that he also has the unique lower body, as they did manage to replicate the long coat down at the legs. Though it does make him stand out more, it will actually prove to be a bit of a problem when getting him into his cockpit. Next we've got Sasori Orange. And that was hard to see, they did once again mold in his helmet quite uniquely. But he does have the same kind of generic lower body, so he doesn't have his tail. Though they did also manage to mold on the details on his back. Next we have Tenbin Gold. You can see his unique head shape there, as well as the unique design of his upper body, and once again the same lower legs. After that is Hebitsukai Silver. You got his head sculpt, his body. I think they just barely managed to get on the scale detailing on his torso, but it is certainly hard to see. And finally we have Washi Pink. So they also got her head sculpt on there. And if you look at the back, you can see they even molded on a couple of wings there, which is some pretty impressive attention to detail. And of course for all of these, the only articulation they have is this hinge at the waist, so that they can sit in their cockpits. Next I'll give you guys a quick demonstration of what any of the Kyutama cockpit do when used with the SEIZA blaster, since they all have the same pin set on the bottom. This makes a generic Kyutama sound, so we'll skip the transmission. And you have that generic sound there. as well as for the Kyu Voyager summoning, and the generic control sound. Next up, we can use the Kyutama cockpits with their respective Kyu Voyagers. So, starting off with the Sasori Voyager and Sasori Kyutama cockpit. Open this up. Bring in the mini Sasori Orange. Set him down in there. And twist his cockpit to the side. Then attach it onto the back like so. Next, we'll use the Tenbin Kyutama cockpit. Bring in the mini Tenbin Gold. Fold up his legs. Set him in there. Make sure his legs have enough clearance. Then, of course, we bring this back. Have him in place. Of course, he may need to be repositioned. Things you really have to make sure that you give the legs enough clearance so that when you close it, it stays in place like that. And then we have him sit in place. Next, the Hebitsukai Kyutama cockpit. Bringing in the mini Hebitsukai Silver. Put him in the same way. Which on mine is a little bit tricky. But he doesn't really like to stay in his seat. There we go. And do the same thing. Again, I might need some repositioning. And there we go. After that, the Washi Kyutama cockpit. And you put it in the same way as Sasori Orange. Tilt her to the side. Close it up. And attach her to the back. And finally we get to the Ryu Kyutama cockpit. So for this one, I'm going to take Ryu Commander. Pull him up like that. Place him in this way. Which, as I said, is a little bit tricky because of the way his lower body is shaped. And then we're going to flip him all the way around in there. Just like that. Close it up. Then attach him right in there. And accidentally pull out the helmet piece for Ryu Voyager, so let me just get that back on. And there we go. There we have all of the Kyutama cockpits with their respective Voyagers. Next up, we can use the Kyutama cockpits with Ryuteo, though because of Ryuteo's design, we can only use 3 at a time. So, starting off, we have Ryuteo with the Ryu, Sasori, and Washi Kyutama cockpits. And you can see them nicely in there. And the mech still retains its articulation without any problems. Then we can switch these out. Bring in the Tenbin and Hebitsukai Voyagers. Attach them like so. Now we have an alternate combination, just like that. And once again, you can see them in their cockpits, nice and up close like that. And next, here they are with Kyureno, where we have the 4 limb Voyagers attached. So you can see all of them nicely in there. And if we want, we can even swap out Shishi for Ryu. So that way we have all 5 used at once. And while the electronics do still work here, they are hard to see because they only light up the sides. But they still work nonetheless.
Super Galaxy!
And there we go. So overall, since I've reviewed the last set, I've since warmed up to the concept of the Kyutama cockpits. The aesthetic has grown on me both in the Kyu Voyager modes and in the combined modes of the 2 Robos. And one of the big things that I didn't mention in the review of the first set that I should have, that I'm going to mention now, is that one of the big benefits about these is that having them attached to the Voyager's mech or mechs allows you to use the normal Kyutama with the roleplay toys without having to kind of sacrifice the playability of the mecha, which I think is actually something really cool. Though it is weird that these were released on the same weekend as the Ryu Voyager and the Kuma Voyager, and yet there isn't a Kyutama cockpit for Koguma Sky Blue, but we only hope that somewhere down the line they make a Kyutama cockpit set 03. That way we can get the rest of the Rangers, as well as being able to use all of the Kyutama cockpits for Ryutei Kyureno and any other future combinations that may come along. So, if you bought the first Kyutama cockpit set and liked what that had to offer, then I can still recommend picking up this set. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Tokimeki Crisis Gashat. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.